Shabbat Shalom, Joyce.
We're getting feedback. I'm wondering if
I think it might be. Jason, can you turn Debbie down, the cantor down in Debbie's monitor, please? Words are Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. I will build this world from love. I will build this world from love. And you must build. And you must build this world from love. And if we build. And if we build this world from love. Then God will build. Then God will build this world from love. Olam chesed yibaneh. Olam chesed yibaneh. Shabbat Shalom. It's so nice to see all of you here. So many new faces, so many familiar faces, so many little tiny faces. Some with really big eyes and cheeks. We are celebrating tonight the welcoming Ethan into our community, so I'd like to invite up him with his parents, Ruthie and Greg, to light our Shabbat candles. The blessings can be found on pages 3 and 2 in your prayer books.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. ברוך אתה, אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
On page 344, page 344, Shir Chadash, let us sing a new song to God. I think I was telling many of you that over the past couple of weeks, Yuval has been singing with such joy the words of Hine Matov and requesting it frequently. Such a joy to hear those songs sung with new light and new love. We turn back to pages 20 and 21 for Lecha Dodi. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and on the 9th verse, rise to face the entrance to greet Shabbat as a bride, and whoever else might be coming in as our Shabbat bride. We are on page 26 for Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah Be'alma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayedecho Beit Yisrael B'gala b'gala uvizman kariv v'meru amen Yeheshmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulal me'almaya Yitbarach ve'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam ve'yitnasei ve'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damira me'alma ve'meru amen. Please rise and bow to your spirit for Baruch Hu, page 28. Page 31, we join together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 32. Please be seated. Page 36. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. On page 41, just this morning I read that yet another Israeli soldier has died in battle, and so I've been offering this particular meditation reading quite a bit as I hope for a time when there will be peace, when no one will have to lose their lives in war. We join together, sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. On the facing page, we sing joyfully in hope. On page 42, page 42, hold that page, as well as page 340, where did it go? Hold on a sec, I forgot to get the actual page. 373. But make sure you keep your finger on page 42 because we are going to go from the top of page 42 to page 373 back to the bottom of page 42. And then we're going to go straight into page 44. Can you follow the directions? Maybe. We rise in body or spirit for the Amidah, page 44, 46. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geulah Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayim Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Morid Atah, Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Mishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umidom Elach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We continue with our private prayers. When you've finished with your prayers, you may be seated. there are certainly some new songs being sung out in the hallway, and prayers that perhaps only God knows what they mean. We join together in a prayer for peace, for our whole world, and maybe for some of our children as well. On page 253, we have a prayer for healing for all those who are in need of that healing of mind, of body, or of spirit. I invite you to share the names that you're thinking of on this Shabbat, the Shabbat we think of. Lindsay Clecan, Lucia. Words of Misha Berach can be found on page 253. And a moment to share some good news, some blessings from the past week.
We've been doing state testing, and I've finished most of it.
That's exciting. State tests are the worst. No? No blessings other than that?
So I get a lot of Facebook stuff, and in one of my older messages going back 5 years ago, at this point it would be 6 years ago, that I converted to Judaism here at this temple. So it was yesterday, actually, May 16th.
Nice.
So the maintenance guy finally fixed my tub faucet so that it doesn't continue to run after I turn off the water after a shower. Only now the new problem is that it won't run any cold water, so I get water straight from the hot water heater, which means I still can't take a shower. But he fixed it.
Well, that's a fix.
Well, it seems like not that long ago I had two little girls running around like these little kids were here, but two things. One,
Bring it up close to your mouth, Fred.
oh, is this better?
Yes.
Yeah, many of you know my wife soldiers from Korea, and I was in the Army Corps of Engineers for 2 years, and that's when I met her teaching English, and she was a college student. And anyhow, it got me particularly interested in Asia and as expressed by Korea, and lo and behold, I met her and we married. And so the older daughter, Angela, this is about her. There's a place in Korea called Seoul National University. It's one of the major public universities in Korea, and they're kind of what Berkeley is to the University of California system. It's the flagship government university. They've invited Angela over to speak. They're starting the first Jewish studies program in Korea, and a retired prime minister, I think, and a dean of the School of Humanities, and they wanted a Jewish person, and they came across her. So this is in June. We're going to go over and hear her speak at the opening, the inaugural ceremony of the opening of the first Jewish Studies program in Korea. So it's a big deal for Selja and May. Yeah. And the other thing is our second daughter in Los Angeles, her older daughter, who's finishing the 11th grade this year, has won a scholarship in the U.S. Department of State to go 10 weeks to Taiwan on a study program this summer. So that's a big deal. So.
Awesome.
Well, we certainly want to say thank you for the blessing today. We're very excited, and thank you to having so much supportive family members afar. I'm assuming the camera's over there. Yeah, so thank you to all of our family that isn't here with us today.
Another blessing in just a moment.
No, I know.
Okay.
Say thank you. I didn't know.
Okay, we're going to take two. We're going to take two more because we've got more stuff to do.
My blessing is that the stuffed up sewer at our house turns out to be the city's problem and not ours.
This little guy started laughing this today.
So we have a kitten, and he had surgery recently, and he was kind of like really upset about it, but he's feeling so much better now, and he just kind of really makes me happy. He makes all of us really happy, and also the other cat also makes us really happy. So I just don't know how I lived without the cats. Yeah.
Do they get along? They've been doing better. We say, Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha ulachan el hodot. Praised are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are deserving of blessing. So, speaking of blessings, we did have a naming ceremony, an official Brit ceremony back when, oh, that is a nice empty glass. I was going to go refill it for you. We do eventually need challah, though. Thank you. So, we did have an official Brit, but Ruthie and Greg wanted to celebrate with this community as well, so we are doing another blessing for little Ethan over here. So we say, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. Hi. Are you blessed? Do you feel blessed yet?
We feel blessed.
Okay. May the one who comes in be blessed in the name of God. Behold, Ruthie and Greg have come here today with their child in order that he may be named in the presence of family and community. They have come to hear words of blessing, words of love, and words of Torah. They have come in order that their child may, through his name, take his place among his people. There is a new light in your hearts and in your home. This candle celebrates the birth of your child and his emergence into light. This candle celebrates the fire of love out of which this child was created. And this candle celebrates the spark of potential that this child has in him. May his light shine into your hearts and into your home, and may his light bring blessing and joy to the world around us. This cup is the vessel of your hope. It is filled with the very new, not even fermented wine of a life just begun. The sweetness of its taste is the joy this child has brought. May this child, this one, Ethan Abraham, do you recognize your name yet? No. partake of its sweetness, and grow to be a shining star in his family and his people. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. You each can have some wine, and make sure to give Ethan a little bit, or juice. Again, it is just juice. We also say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Do you think I can hold you for a little bit?
We can try.
We can try. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
What do you think? Not quite sure. Eloheinu velohei avotenu ve'imotenu kayem et hayeled hazeh le'aviv ulimo v'karei shmo b'Yisrael Eitan Avraham ben Ruth Luba v'Greg tismach ha'av beyotzei chalatzav v'tagel imo b'fri bitna zeh hakaton gadol yihiyeh. Do you think you're going to be big? Kishem shenichnas labrit kenikanes l'torah l'chupa ulma'asim tovim. Our God and God of all generations, sustain this child and let him be known in the house of Israel as Eitan Avraham ben Ruth Lubav Greg, Ethan Abraham, the son of Ruthie and Greg. That's you. That's you. May he bring much joy to his parents in the months and years to come. As he entered into the covenant of life, so may he enter into a life of study where the written word enlightens his eyes and mind. May he find for himself a worthy companion, one that he can trust and love, support and protect. And may his hands and heart always be busy doing good things so that he can live up to the ideal of being God's partner in the work of perfecting the world. Yeah, you're not sure about that one? It is a big deal. Yeah. And we all say, Kishem shenichnas labrit keni kanes l'torah l'chupa u'ma'asim tovim, just as he has been brought into the covenant of our people, so may he grow into a life of Torah, a loving and fulfilling relationship and good deeds. Can your parents say some prayers first before you get to?
If I keep moving, we can.
Ah. Well, we can have Greg, you can do it first, and then, but hold on.
Thank you. I give thanks to the Creator of life for bringing forth this Son entrusted to me. I acknowledge my responsibility as a father to guide my son in paths of righteousness and love, peace, and understanding. In the days and years ahead, I will need strength and wisdom to guide and teach him, to love and protect him as he grows to adulthood. Grant me patience and understanding that I may fulfill my responsibilities as a father. May I always be to my son an example of all that I hope for him.
Let's trade. Creator of all, with a joyous heart, I come before you to thank you for the new life that I have born. In the days and years ahead, I will need strength and wisdom to nourish and sustain him, to guide and teach him, to love and protect him as he grows to adulthood. Grant me patience and understanding that I may fulfill my responsibilities as a mother. May my influence upon my son ever be for good.
And we all say, Amen. And then one last blessing for all three of you. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and protect you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May the light of God shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's presence be lifted up to you, and may God grant you peace. As together we say, Amen.
Thank you.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov, siman tov, mazel tov, siman tov, yehei lanu, yehei lanu, ulechol Yisrael, yehei lanu, Mazel tov. I promise you this wasn't hard. So our parsha this week is Emor. And Emor has a few major sections in it, but the way that it starts out is on the challenging side. It begins with an explanation of who is fit to serve as a priest, as well as what animals, what qualities among kosher animals are will exclude an animal from being offered. And it all has to do with physical blemish, is the language that's used in the Torah. So if someone or an animal has a broken arm or a broken leg or is otherwise physically impaired, they are not permitted to serve as priests. And if an animal has one of these physical impairments or even just like a scar or a boil, they are not fit to be offered to God. And when I was in rabbinical school, one of my close friends was working with and I believe being deaf was also one of the things that prevented a priest from service. And she was working with a deaf congregation. So this was a particularly challenging section of Torah where essentially the congregation that she was serving would have been excluded from this sacred service, that somehow the Torah was saying that people with these forms of disabilities were not eligible to serve God, not eligible to come before God. Why? Because of something they had no control over. So her senior sermon, because we all had to give sermons in rabbinical school where we spoke in front of all of our classmates and all of our professors, and then had lunch where they critiqued us. Super fun. Her senior sermon was more or less saying that these laws, these rules were certainly understandable in their context, but overall unjust. To a group of rabbinical students at the rabbinical school with all of our rabbis and professors in front of her, right? She knew that if she didn't wrestle with the teaching of the Torah, if she didn't feel comfortable standing up for what she thought was right and just, then her service to the Jewish community was going to be lacking in some way. And she also knew that if she didn't talk about it, if she just glossed over it, then she would actually be failing in her role as a Jewish educator, which, let's be honest, rabbis are all educators in some way, right? She knew that in order to truly teach Torah, she needed to move into complexity and nuance rather than just simplicity. And so every time we come to Parshat Emor, I think of my friend and colleague who's in the other Washington, DC, that is, if you didn't quite get that. There's actually also a Washington, Pennsylvania.
I think every state has a Washington.
But the other big Washington. Anyway, I think about her, and I think about this teaching that she had every time we get to Parshat Emor. And Sophia, you may have noticed that I did not talk about that section on Sunday. What did I talk about on Sunday? You were... You did... Okay. Instead, what I talked about was what was later, which is the holidays. Sarah, do you remember that now? Yes? Okay. Phew. Someone vaguely remembers what I said almost a week ago. Sometimes I wonder. Both this section about who and what is considered sacred enough to enter into the sacred space of the Mishkan, and the section on the holidays are talking about identifying what is separate and sacred. And some of it we really love and appreciate. What are our holidays that are mentioned in the Torah? Okay, Rosh Hashanah, only it's not called Rosh Hashanah, it's called Yom Teruah, the day of the blasting horns. Then Yom HaKippurim, day of affliction, not Hanukkah. See, this is how I know you missed it. Sukkot, Shmini Atzeret, Pesach, Shavuot. Two more. Nope, not Lag BaOmer. Shabbat. Shabbat, and we already said Sukkot. Not Hanukkah, still not Hanukkah. Hanukkah did not exist in the Torah. By the way, Hanukkah does not exist in the biblical text at all. Okay, the Hebrew Bible at all. We did say Rosh Hashanah, but the other Rosh, what's the other Rosh? Chodesh, there we go. Rosh Chodesh is the beginning of the month, every time we start a new month. It's much easier to engage with holiness when we're talking about sacred times, special times, right? You are all here observing a special time, right? And it is made even more special by all the voices that we hear. And I don't say that sarcastically, I really do mean that. And it's just so funny. It's easier to engage with sacred time because we also think about the things that make our lives sacred, the times that make our lives sacred, like our birthdays or anniversaries, anniversary of conversion, the anniversary of my ordination was this week, right? These are all special times in our lives that help us understand what it means to engage with the sacred. And then we have the earlier section that is just much more complicated. And we need to work with it and grapple with it and sometimes just reject it after we've grappled with it in order to truly understand what makes Judaism an incredible, amazing tradition. And that is one of the things that I think about very often when we come to Parshat Emor. Complicated, difficult, and amazing, all at the same time. Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to invite, before I invite up you, Maddie, I'm going to invite up Maddie Pimentel-Diaz because she has been our educator extraordinaire in our religious school and is going to honor all of our teachers for the work that they have done making things complicated and interesting and challenging.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. This is a good-looking crowd we got here tonight. I like it a lot. I think the best thing about this evening is how many little baby sounds there are. I think that's probably music to my ears, so thank you guys for making beautiful babies. So today, like Rabbi was talking, we're talking about education. We're talking about educators. I came to Temple Beth. If you would have asked me when I came here, the first time I met my partner and we came here for service, if I was going to be one of the educators, I would have been like, are you serious? I'm a soldier. Well, here I am. Ha ha. So along with gathering for the Sabbath, we're also gathering to honor our teachers. We've had a really challenging year with just all the different things happening in the world, in the news, in all the different circles of our lives, and being able to come together and hear a joyful noise on a Sunday or a wildly read prayer in Hebrew on a Wednesday is amazing. So I'd first like to recognize our adult education teachers that helped teach so many of our adults and kids at some point amazing things about the Torah. This year, our teachers included Cantor Jeff Fine, Jeff Friedman, Rabbi Bruce Cadden, Aaron Peterson, Nathan Schumer, and Julia Walsh. So let's give them a round, because they're doing some big things. It's really wonderful. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. So as you know, Sunday school is our favorite thing in the world. It's what brings us here frequently. It's more than a religion. This is a code of conduct. This is a lifestyle. We want our kids to feel comfortable coming here and knowing that this is where their people are. This is where they can talk about who they are, what they feel, what moves them, what drives them. And we had a very interesting year. We did a lot of cooking. We did a lot of singing. We did a lot of dancing. We were doing all sorts of Israeli dance last Sunday. It was bananas. You should have seen it. Anyway, I'm going to announce who our teachers were for this school year, and we actually grew over the year. So this year, our 5784 teachers were pre-K with Stacy Solomon Lappin, Hannah Goldstein as well. They did a co-pre-K teach. Haley Joy was our kindergarten teacher, first time. Thank you, Haley, for teaching the littles. My partner, Mazriel Pimentel Diaz, gorgeous one in the back with a hat. Jennifer Estroff Johnson joined our team a little later on. Greg Kleiner and Steph Farber, the eternal 7th graders. We couldn't do Sunday school without you guys. Nathan Schumer, Ben Meaches, Rabbi Gorbin, Moshe Shepard, who is also a new member of our team, and Macy Hance. And so when I connect with these people, they will have certificates, but I also have something else. So the Hilda M. One moment, almost done. So the Hilda M. Slotnick Award is an award that's given annually for excellence in Jewish education. It's an award that one can only receive once, and it's once you got it, you're a part of all the history that comes with Temple Beth, because your name's gonna be a part of excellence in teachers. And this year, despite having so many options, the person that was selected for our Teacher of the Year started here as a brand new college student. They completed their 4-year degree. They graduated last spring. They're managing their own facility. They taught a new Hebrew teacher Hebrew, and now they're doing amazing things. They brought Moshe on board, and our Teacher of the Year is Macy Hance. So let's give a round of applause for Macy Hance. All right, you good? Thank you so very much.
Now, Maddie Plumer, as a representative from our board secretary, is going to share a few things that are coming up. Just a few, right?
She's always trying to censor me and get me to, no, not censor, shortened. So I will do what I need to do. Lots of thank you. Thank you to Rabbi. Thank you to Debbie Japp. Thank you to Janny Doctor for greeting. Thank you to Judy Kay, Lana Prager, and Jason Ross for setting up the Onig. Thank you, Stacy, you cleaned up. Stacy Salta, for forever cleaner up of Onig. And thank you and Mazel Tov to Erica. My notes, I cannot read them. Ethan's parents and Mazel Tov for the Onig. Thank you very much. Thank you also to Jason Berkowitz on tech. And I think that's the thank yous, unless I forgot someone. Okay, so everything I'm announcing is in the Shabbat Shalom except one that I'm going to add. So the sisterhood needs some industrial sewing machines, and my email is there if you know of any or have some. There's a kids' talent show this Sunday, May 19th, beginning at 9:30. A very important annual congregational meeting on a Thursday this year, May 23rd at 7. The Onyx starts at 6. Absentee ballots, there's information in the Shabbat Shalom and tonight's announcements. The last Sisterhood General Meeting, it's not in here, on May 28th at 6:30. There's a spring schmooze after. Please join us if you identify as a female and would like to come. Jewish Book Club, June 4th. Open house and ice cream social on June 9th. Yeah. For religious school.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That was quick. Thank you. One last announcement before we continue. Page 278 in your prayer books. We are in the period of counting the Omer, the week of weeks, that lead us to Shavuot, which means weeks. And so we count up throughout this 49-day period. We offer a blessing before we count. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer hayom arba v'esrim yom shehem shlosha shavuot v'arba yamim la'omer. Today is the 24th day, which is 3 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. We continue with Aleinu, page 282. Please rise in body or spirit. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, atet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo sanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol ha'monam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. 287. Our thoughts turn to those who have died in recent days and weeks. We're especially thinking of Olivia Walter, close friend of Haley Joy. And to you we say, Hamakom Yenachem Etchem B'toch Shar Avlei Tzion V'Yerushalayim. We also think of those who have died at this time in years past. If I say the name of someone you're thinking of, I invite you to rise so we can acknowledge you as a mourner. We think of Aaron Baker, Judith Bam, Gertrude Barber, Donna Marie Basket, Reza Berlin, Harry Brandt, Bill Bright, Wilmer Birdie Burgett, Bernard Cohen, Lisa Ann Corwin, Fred Cody, Angelo Diaz, Helen Ebert, Marshall Fuhrer, Frida Yenser, Catherine Hantover, Lynn Hubbard, Gerald King, Carl Latchman, George Levine, Esther Littman, Abraham Perlman, Alan Raymond, Nathan Robinson, Barbara Rosenthal, Louise Scherdorf, Sylvia Seinfeld, Yetta Shapiro, John Laidschroep, Ruben Schulman, Harry Solomon Sklar, Irma Volk, and Fabius Fav Wittenberg. As we think of them, we say, Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be a blessing. We rise to join our mourners so that no mourner has to stand alone as we offer the mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yudhei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala ubizman kari v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivrach le'elam u'lalmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudasha brichu, la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'miran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as together we say, amen. Our closing song is on the half sheets that you have. You may be seated.
We are
Kiddush can be found on page 5. Soph, Sarah, do you want to come on up? Get some juice. We rise for Kiddush in body or spirit. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho ve'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. L'chaim. This is the first challah that I've baked since well before Passover. I had missed it.
That must be why it didn't fit on the plate. That's not even the whole loaf.
I definitely misjudged the size of the loaf, that the dough that I would need, and ended up with 2 chalot that were this big. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. Shabbat shalom.